Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is the Shaman, and most of you guys know me. For those of you guys who don't, I am a psychic shaman healer, and in my channel I offer tarot card readings, astrology predictions, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe if you guys want to be alerted to see more, and like this video now. Today's video is going to be on 2023's astrology and numerology predictions. I have notes written down, so bear with me because I have been channeling so much about so much to say this year, and I had to write it all down to get it to you guys essentially. So it's going to be kind of like a three-part video. We're going to start with our numerology portion, where I'm going to talk about the numerology of the year, and then we're going to go into the astrology portion, which is the second portion, and I'll go in through like the major aspects of astrology that are happening in 2023. And lastly, I'll pull some tarot and oracle spread cards to get an energy for those of you guys who stay long enough and watch the video. It's going to just be general messages for the year for those who are connected to this video and watching today. Thank you if you are watching today. Let's get started. So first of all, I'm going to talk about the numerology. So numerology, we pretty much explains like a lot of things in your life personally and universally. So the year is 2023. If you add up all the numbers in the year, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 3, you get 7. So 2023 is going to be a 7 universal year. Not sure if you guys saw my previous numerology year prediction video. So for 2022, 2022 was a 6 year, and in the beginning of my video I pretty much predicted, well, throughout my video I was predicting people getting engaged, pregnancies, children, family matters, because that's what 6 has to deal with. And a lot of people that I knew actually got engaged, pregnant, had kids. I feel like I saw a lot of people happening, and just to give back, if you guys saw that, I want to see it, to see if it correlated with your year before watching this one, be my guest. It is on my YouTube channel and on my Instagram channel. So for this year, 7 is the number of spirituality, spiritual lessons, introspection, the inward journey. So 2023 is going to be a very, let's just say, spiritual year, awakening year. Things that are hidden are going to be coming out into light. 7 is also a Neptunian number. So a number essentially ruled by Neptune, and Neptune is also about dreams, but illusions and deceptions and misconceptions, but spirituality. And one thing about also this year, when you add up the numbers, it goes, before it reaches 7, it is a 43. So essentially it's a 43-7 year. And that is pretty much the last two numbers that come together to add a 7. So 4 plus 3 are the last two single-digit numbers that you can get to add 7. So it comes with very big energy for this 7-year 2023, but also very challenging energy, because 4 and 3 are opposite negating numbers. So they negate each other essentially. They're very different. They have very different energies. 4 is a very structured number. It is stability. It is like the 4 legs on a chair, so your chair can be stable, that the chair that I am sitting on right now. So it is all about institutions, home, very stable matters. And then we have 3, which is completely opposite number. It is about socializing, going out, the mind, quick thinking, Instagram, very scattered energy and not working. So number 4 is about working, and 3 is about not working. So as you can see, it is very conflicting energy, but I'm going to get into that with a lot of things coming together. I feel like the order will string itself, and this will make sense to you guys. But I want to talk about real quick about how 4 also signifies the deep mind. So 4 signifies going into your deep thoughts, deeply like thinking about things, because it is home. It also symbolizes Cancer, so it symbolizes deep thought. And 3 is symbolizes Gemini, and Gemini is about shallow mind. So we have the shallow and the deep mind, and then we have 7, which is spiritual awakening. And this is something I'm going to talk about when I get into the astrology of the year, but it's like if we have a bridging between the shallow mind and the deep mind to bring about the spiritual awakening. I feel like everybody is like bringing these things together and realizing a lot of things, because you need both to essentially come up with the solution. Like, you won't just get it through the deep mind. You have to look at the shallow things deeply, if that makes sense. And I feel like one of the biggest messages that I have been getting for 2023, or predictions for some people, is that it's going to be a very good, prosperous year for people who have been doing the shadow work and have been really focusing on what they need to heal and are doing the things that they passionately want to do. And if you are not doing that, then this year in 2023, it's going to kind of be like a tower moment. You are going to have a tower moment where you are realizing that this is not what you really want to do, that this isn't really your calling, and this is not like calling to you to be doing this. And some people might be, you know, shifting towards that thing that they want to do that they aren't doing. And I feel like people who are going to go against that change and restrict that are just going to have a lot of challenging lessons coming for them. And people who haven't done their shadow work and haven't realized or written down what they need to heal and where they're trying to like lead their lives to are also going to have a very challenging time, because 7 is a beautiful spiritual number of, you know, connection, the divine. The 7th chakra is your crown chakra, purple, connecting to spirit. And with that, it can also be very karmic. If I have a better word to say it, it would be like it's a lessons. Essentially, it's pretty much like lessons that are going to be it's like divine intervention. Divine intervention is a good word for it, because it's like the tower card in tarot, and it's pretty much like that. Like, you know how when you are doing something and then everything gets like broken down, and next thing you know it, none of that what you thought was going to happen happened, and now you're in another place and you realize, wow, this is actually a lot better than what I was doing over there. And then you start to think, oh my god, God did this, like he did this to put me here now. That's divine intervention. And that's going to be 2023 for you if you are not where you are meant to be, essentially. And I just think that for 2023, a lot of people are going to be like realizing these things, awakening to their like spirituality powers, talking about all these things. And now, if we add the astrology into it, you see I had to flip my page because there's so much. I did get a message way before doing this reading that I had to write it down. I wrote it down in here. Either somebody named June or something in June is happening for somebody in 2023. I'm going to pull some cards on it later. If your name is June or something significant in June is for you, then I will be getting into that later. But I wanted to mention it before I forget it because it was a random message that came to me and I felt like I need to say it. So now to get into the astrology, since I kind of broke down a lot of like the numerology and like the lessons that are going to come for, and also to give you guys a quick message, if you want to know more about how the year is going to personally affect you with your personal year number, because you also have a personal year number that is linked to the year, all you have to do is add your birth date, so just the month and the year, the month and the day, and then add the 7, which is the 7 year to it, and whatever number you get, that's going to be your energy for the year for 2023. 7 is the collective or universal's energy for the year. If you guys want to learn more about that, just DM me on my Instagram, Sham the Shaman, or email me. My email and all my information is linked below, and I can get you guys personalized numerology readings. So to talk about the astrology of 2023, I feel like this might has been happening for everybody. As you can see, I can't talk because Mercury is in retrograde, and I'm about to mention Mercury in retrograde. I feel like 2023 is going to have a very slow start. It is not going to be ongoing chariot energy. 7 is also the number of chariot in tarot, which is drive and like getting to it. The chariot card sometimes doesn't know where it's going. And when you have the planets influencing it in certain, the planetary influence is very important. And the beginning of the year, we're starting with Mercury and Mars in retrograde. Two of the kind of most fast moving planets. Mercury is very fast, Mars is slower. Mercury is communication and Mars is your action and drive. We have both of those planets in retrograde. Mercury went into retrograde right before 2023 started, like at the end of 2022. And Mars has been in retrograde already for a while. And it's been in its shadow period since September of 2022. So we are still holding to that large chunk of energy that has us anchored into 2022. And I feel like collectively, a lot of us are trying to like, okay, 2023 started, let's go, let's get it going. Like, we want to move, but you can't move yet. You're going to have kind of this slow anchored feeling of like, I can't do this. And if you are trying to start things might be like not going in your favor. You've been very slumped. Excuse me. That's the energy of Mercury or Mars being in retrograde. And it'll be until the end of January. Mars is going to go direct, I believe, January 12th. And Mercury sometime in the 20th. I don't know. They're usually in retrograde for 3 weeks to be exact. But essentially not until the end of January. So this is a great time to pretty much tie all the loose strings that you have surrounding old matters, old things that you know you are leaving behind in 2022, and get ready and get planning for the things that you want to start in 2023. And January 12th, when Mars goes direct, is going to be the best time to fully start like putting in together all the things that you need to like start this project or start the new thing that like you want to do. It will not be going direct until March, and March is going to be very significant. So I feel like 2023 until March is going to kind of be a slow anchored moving energy, because the planet of action and movement and drive is kind of slowly moving toward its target in March. Another thing that, before I get into what's happening in March, that I'm going to talk about is 2023 is a primarily water earth year. And I say this because most of the planets are going to be in either water or earth signs. And it's very big transits that are happening. So with that being said, we have this energy of water, which is the fog, illusions, emotions, spirituality, and then we have earth. No emotions, no spirituality, very grounded. We know what we want. We don't like none of the illusions. So what does that remind you of? This is kind of like the numerology, the 4 and the 3. We have two very like opposing energies, but they complement each other, and they're both feminine energies as well, or water and earth. So it is very interesting because I feel for 2023, people are going to be bringing these illusions and these spiritualities and these emotions down to earth. Like, we are grounding them. We are bringing them here. There's going to be a rise of like spiritual businesses, people, doing things out of the norm more, communicating with their emotions, talking with their emotions, and bringing them into the 3D, into the reality, into the grounded earth. And that's very beautiful. I love the energy for 2023. I think it is going to be amazing. And now I want to talk about what's going to be very big planetary astrology aspect that is happening in 2023. And that is our favorite planet, Saturn. We already know Saturn is the big papa in the sky. He is father time. He is also father karma. He rules karma. And Saturn is all about limitations, restrictions, obstacles, lessons. I already mentioned karma. And I believe Saturn is actually the most important planet in your chart, and it will literally describe and dictate how your life will go and important points in your life. It is very insane. If you guys want to know more, again, DM me. Your Saturn is your most important placement if you want to know why things have happened to you and what you needed to learn from them. And with that being said, Saturn moves every 2 to 3 years, almost 3 years. So it is a slow moving planet. So most of us have our Saturn in the same sign if you were born within the close enough radius of each other. And it is going to be moving into Pisces in March. So whoever has their Saturn in Pisces, your Saturn is returning, and Saturn return is also a very big aspect that most people in astrology, go crazy about, because it is a very difficult transit that happens when your Saturn returns. Saturn is coming back and he's saying, all right, let's see, did you do everything that you're having to do? And if not, nope, this is gone, this is gone, this is gone. You're fired, you're promoted. And that's what Saturn comes to do when your Saturn returns. It is very specific to people in their house and the sign that it falls in. But on this universal level, what Saturn is doing going into Pisces for everyone, Pisces is also ruled by Neptune. Funny, because 2023 is a 7-year, which is ruled by Neptune as well. We have this energy being amplified throughout the year. Like, I love when both things just come together and they explain everything perfectly. So, what was I saying? Pisces and the Neptune energy with 7 is all about spirituality, illusions, your calling, your purpose, doing you and doing what calls to your soul. Your dreams. And then we have Saturn, which is limitations, obstacles. So I also see it as Pisces is boundless. Like, Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac and it knows no bounds. It's Neptune. It is in the dream world. You don't have bounds. You don't have restrictions in your dreams. Like, whatever is happening in your dreams. And then we have Saturn, which is the planet of boundaries. This energy is coming over and over again, where we have the two opposing energies that are going to come together. And if you guys know me from high school, I have been ranting about spirit science since high school and how science and spirit go together. That's pretty much Saturn and Pisces. Like, that is like, we have science over here and then we have spirit over here, and they are coming together because this is going to be ushering this mass awakening of people starting to realize a lot of these practices and a lot of these beliefs and traditions that are actually healing and helpful for humanity that we need to move into is what's going to be happening with Saturn coming into Pisces in March. And also in March is when Mars is going to move into Cancer, which is another water sign. We're going to have a lot of emotions coming up with a lot of earth grounding energies to help us move through these emotions and actually like process and talk through these emotions. And what else is happening in March? Yes, and then March we have Pluto dipping into Aquarius. Now, let's explain this a little, because I was going to do a live video about this a while ago and I didn't. So Pluto is practically not a planet, yes, a planet, but it is a very slow moving object in the sky. And I think it changes every 20 something years, but it has been in Capricorn since 2008. Pluto is the planet of chaos, death, destruction, change. It is like upheaval. It is a revolutionary sort of planet. And being in Capricorn since 2008, we have had a lot of changes. Capricorn is all about corporations, corporate America, business, money, you know, all those kinds of things for Capricorn. I'm in Capricorn season right now, filming this. Happy birthday, Capricorns. And when you have Pluto in Capricorn, we have a lot of changes in these corporations, and Pluto is also about power. So we have seen this abuse of power by these corporations. Now it's going to do a little dip into Aquarius from March to June. Oh, that could be why June might be significant. It could be doing a dip into from March to June, and it's going into Aquarius. Aquarius, which is the sign of the people, humanitarianism. And we are going to have that small dip right when Saturn is going into Pisces, and it won't be going into Aquarius until I believe 2024 or 2025. I'm not exactly sure, but that small taste is essentially going to be instilling in 2023 those constructs that we're going to be moving into, which is going to be having the people and the collective be able to talk about their emotions, talk about spirituality and mental health and all the things that have essentially been taboo. And it is going to now start becoming very, very modernized and brought back up, and people are going to be talking about this and bringing about this and leaving their old 9 to 5 corporates that don't fulfill their souls, and they're going to be moving towards what is calling them. And I feel like in June, when it goes back into Capricorn, it is going to be that final like close through period where some people can be having a lot of challenges, because we're going to be having a lot of challenges because these energies are going to be fighting each other. It's going to be like, you need to do this, the traditional, and then the other energy is going to be like, no, but that is not what's calling your soul. And I feel like that energy is going to be throughout 2023, but for the beginning first half, it's going to be us more realizing and a slower pace of like tying things together, starting to realize what is wrong and what is not calling us anymore. And then as soon as then we have in June, the second half of the year, things are going to be moving a lot faster, and we're going to have a lot more of like the lessons and the challenges and the energy that is just going to like drive forward. And it's going to be a big wake-up call. It's going to be a big wake-up call for those people who are not doing what they feel like they need to be doing, or that they feel that they're called to do. And I really love this energy. I think it is going to be amazing. Oh, I was going to talk about the live that I never got to do, but it was about the age of Aquarius. And a lot of people have been talking about whether we're in the age of Aquarius, whether we're not, etc. And I think about it, when you know astrology, you know that the planets go into shadow periods. You don't have things happen instantly unless it's the moon or Mercury that moves. But when you're talking about an age, which is the epoch of the entire universe, you have to think about the grand scale and how grand that shadow period is. So based off of a lot of things that happened in 2022, astrologically, there were some conjunctions with Saturn and Jupiter and Aquarius. I feel like we have slowly been in the shadow period of the age of Aquarius coming. And in my personal opinion, because there's a lot of astrologers and a lot of people that, you know, talk about this and have a lot of opinions on it. And it is something that you cannot calculate. So you just have to go with the vibes. I feel like when Pluto officially goes into Aquarius, and when it does, we're going to have also a new cycle within a lot of the planets are going to be re-entering and have finished their cycle. Like I said, Pisces is the last sign. Saturn, being one of those very influential planets, is going to have moved from Pisces into Aries, and it's starting a new cycle. And I believe so is Neptune and Jupiter. So they're going to be all starting new complete astrological, like they have completed a cycle. And then we're going to have Pluto in Aquarius. I feel like that is when we're going to fully have been cemented into the age of Aquarius. We are definitely at the shadow period right now, and it is definitely happening right now. I mean, everyone can see it. People are awakening left and right. People are realizing things. Holistic medicine has become more prominent. Alternative healing methods have become more prominent. There's that, what is that TV show? Well, it's more like a subscription. It's more like a Netflix, but for spirituality. It's called Gaia. Amazing. There's so many people putting out these conspiracies and or documentaries about these conspiracies, better said. And a lot of people are beginning to listen because that is the energy of Aquarius. It's this rebellious awakening that has happened. And we'll get into more of a video of Age of Aquarius when the time comes. But I believe these are all my notes, and it's time to do the oracle spread part of today's reading. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys had stayed this long, if you guys have any questions about more astrological transits that are happening in 2023 or how they are affecting you personally, your personal astrological birth chart in this year, and your numerology personal chart as well for this year, just DM me on Instagram or email me and we can get you guys started with one of those. So let's see. What do we have? The energy. Actually, I'm going to start with this one. This is my Kipper deck. Well, it's not my deck. Somebody else did it, but it is the Kipper deck. I'm actually blanking on whose deck it is actually right now. Hold on it. Regula Elizabeth, or is her name Elizabeth? Well, essentially her Kipper deck, and we're going to get some specific messages for what might be happening for you in 2023. This may or may not resonate with all of you. These are very specific, so I'm just going to kind of go through energies, and something may or may not resonate with you. If you want a personal reading, you can always contact me, and those will resonate with you. So let's see, what do we have for 2023? I got a good amount of cards. Oh, actually, it was just 2. So we got bereavement, which is kind of like a funeral. And then we have good gentleman. Yes, this is very interesting because I want to start with bereavement that I've been kind of already talking about, that we were talking about Pluto. There is going to be essentially like a death and rebirth. Everything that you guys are leaving behind in 2022, you are leaving behind. You're going to have a whole change, upheaval. You're going to change the habits that you have. Like you are changing things that you're doing. And wow, and then I have great happiness at the bottom of the deck. I don't know why I was just called to look at it right there. Yeah, that change is going to be bringing like a lot of happiness because you are the only thing that is stopping you from, you know, doing the things that you're called to. And I want to get some clarifiers for bereavement. Let's see, what are we letting go in from 2022 and 2023? Yeah, you are letting go of a lot of the drama. We have 5 of Swords. You're letting go of like the drama. It's like you're gonna take your losses. You're gonna take your loss. You realize there was probably a pretty big loss 2022. I know a lot of the people that I've been giving readings to were going through it, and there were a lot of things that you just had to put to rest. You had to put it in the coffin. You had to put it in the coffin and say goodbye and take your losses, and you're leaving all of that behind. And then over here with 7 of Wands, it's like you're leaving behind having to like always like fight for the energy. Is kind of like what I'm hearing. It's like you always have to like fight for something. Wow. And then I also have 5 of Cups, and we had 5, so 555 for some of you. I'm definitely hearing 555 because again, it is that loss. You are leaving behind all the loss, the things that happened, the things that were not bringing you fulfillment, the things that you felt like you were like fighting for someone's attention, or you were kind of like, kind of funny because we have almost all of the suits. Yeah, I'm hearing for some people that you were fighting for someone to do good to you, and that you are no longer doing that and you are leaving that. And what do we have? What else do we have for 2023? Oh, I hate when it flips here. Wow, the Fool. Hello. So what a great next card to what I had to say, because now you're like, you're leaving all that behind, and the Fool is the first card. It's number 0. It's starting a new journey. You're starting a new journey. Oh my God. And then I have, oh my God, a Hermit and Death. Yeah, this is, the Hermit is also that self-introspection that I was talking about in the beginning of the year. So a lot of you guys are going to start a new journey and go within, and you're going to go within. And again, we have this Death that is going to be that rebirth, wow, I love this energy. It is going to be that rebirth of you, of your passions, of your happiness, because you're leaving behind all these things in 2022. Let's see, do I want to pull anything else? What do we have? Can you clarify, gentleman? Oh my God. I was like, can you clarify the card? And then we have the Sun, which is literally the happiest card in the deck. It is the most positive and happiest card in the deck. And then we have Great Happiness. Yeah, like I told you guys, I have a really, and this is all major arcana, I have a really good feeling about 2023 for those who have done the shadow work, have learned the lessons, and who are ready to move towards their passions and their callings and the betterment of humanity, are going to be doing really good this 2023. I want to pull these fortune cookie cards. I really like these. They're really hard to shuffle though, so give me a second. I dropped them all on the floor last time. Let me try to not drop them again. Okay, mini shuffles. Let's see, what fortunes do we have for my fellow viewers for 2023? Thank you, spirits. Oh, I have some flipped in there. Okay, twist and turn. Oh my God, wow. Is there anything else twisted in there? Funny, I just said that. So we got twists and turns, and this is also the energy that I have been feeling, and manifestations. Wow. Okay. Again, things are not going to go as expected. That is the number 7 for the energy for 2023. It is going to be twists and turns, and that is divine intervention. You think, that is what I said in the beginning of the video. You think that something is gonna go one way, and you have everything perfectly planned out, and like this is like you wrote out your manifestations, you have it all perfectly planned out, and then it's just gonna go flip, and it's gonna flip, and it's not gonna go nothing as you planned. And at the end of it all, you're gonna be like, wait, but I still got all my manifestations. I still got all my wishes. All my wishes still came true. And that is what I feel like is so beautiful about the 7. And just, I mean, I'm a spiritual awakening whore, so excuse my language. I love spiritual awakening, but it is not the easiest. It's not rainbows and sunshines. Rainbows and sunshines are at the end of a lot of trials and tribulations, but those rainbows and sunshines are worth it. They're definitely worth it. And I feel like that is the messages that are coming through for 2023 for people. And wow, the bottom of the deck, intuition. Trust your intuition. It's a great time to learn a new skill, change careers, or invest money. Again, what have I been talking about the whole reading? There will be some people this year who are going to have a shift. They're going to have a shift, and it's because you're going to follow your intuition. You're going to trust your intuition and do what you were being called to do. I think that is a beautiful way to end this reading. Thank you guys so much for watching. Happy New Year. I hope everybody is having a great start to the new year. Don't forget to like this video below and subscribe and share it to your friends so they can also see the predictions for 2023. If you guys want to get any personal predictions or readings with astrology, numerology, tarot, whichever one of the above, just hit me up on my Instagram, Sham the Shaman, or email me. All the info is below. Bye guys. Happy New Year.